good night. And before I get started here for a few minutes, I wanted to make sure that we all recognize, as has been said before, that our thoughts and our prayers are with those folks who have been so affected by Hurricane Sandy. And Dave Matthews, you're going to hear just a little bit. Remember when we had the great devastation in New Orleans from Hurricane Katrina, just so you keep this in a frame of reference, Dave Matthews has played 4 sold-out nights at Red Rocks. 2 months afterwards, he stayed, his band stayed, for no charge. They paid another night, and every car parker, every soda, people serving Cokes and sodas, everybody donated their time. We raised $2 million, right? Just so Dave Matthews made that happen. And let me just tell you, Dave Matthews doesn't get out and do something like this for just anybody, right? And what we're seeing now after Hurricane Sandy is President Obama and his team, right, doing everything that can be done right, in real time, making sure that federal resources are available to state and local officials so as they respond to the storm. So even Governor Christie is now one of the great fans. Now, we went through our fair share of hardship this summer, but like we always do, we pulled together and we made it through tough times. Let me tell you, President Obama was with us every step of the way. He understands that we are at our best when we work together, not as Republicans, not as Democrats, but as Coloradans, as Americans. This country's motto is not "you're on your own," right? It's "E pluribus unum." Out of many, we are one. And we're all in this together, and yet when the going gets tough, we pull each other up. We help each other out. Now, and I was talking a little bit earlier, some of these folks back here, and my math was a little bit confused. It's about 45 hours and 43 minutes till the polls close. All right? That's awfully soon. Now, as a little bit of historic reference, Ms. Greenwood, who was up here and did the Pledge of Allegiance, she started teaching in Denver in 1935. This woman's going to turn 100, right, in a couple months. She's the first African-American woman, tenured teacher in Denver, all Denver, and she's out here giving you the pledge. These are the people that Barack Obama raises up, right? This is how we move forward, and that's what we have to do in the next 45 hours and 42 minutes. We face a very clear choice in this election. The president wants to move us forward. The other side wants to take us back. Aurora, you are speaking. You are present now as representative for all Colorado. Are you going to let that happen? No. This is your future. This is your democracy. Are you going to let that happen? No. So now Michael Bennett, our great senator, said, he asked that you'd all voted, right? Yep. Yeah. All right, I'm going to guess that some of you aren't speaking. So maybe you haven't voted. It's not too late, right? You've got one more day to make your voice heard on Election Day, November 6th. Or if you did sign up for early voting, you've got an envelope sitting on your kitchen table. Someone, if you haven't voted, I guarantee you, someone's going to be knocking on your door. And they'll take that if you ask them to. If you can't drop it off at your nearest polling location, somebody else will. I've got 8 friends of mine from high school and college and elementary school that are all come to Colorado. It's like a homecoming, right? And they're knocking on doors, and the stories they can tell. I'm not going to tell them now. Make sure you vote, and every one of you, if you can, in the next 45 hours and 41 minutes, make sure you get another, let's say 8 people to vote, right? Call email, knock on doors, do whatever you can. If everybody here gets 8 people to vote, right, then we're going to have a happy, happy evening. I don't want it to be close. If you have any questions about voting, please visit vote.barackobama.com. Vote.barackobama.com, right? But there's no question in any of our minds that we've got to move forward, right? We've had these battles before. This morning I was at New Hope Baptist Church in Denver. Yeah, I got somebody there. You're there. And Reverend Eugene M. Downing Jr. gave one heck of a sermon. He talked about the book of Nehemiah in chapter 6. I won't try and get into what he was talking, but Nehemiah was called down by God, and he was in the middle of building a wall to protect his people. And he kept saying, I'm in the middle of a great work. And he told his workers, his family, his people, we cannot stop. We are in the middle of a great work. Right? My God, I read, when I was a kid, I heard the book of Nehemiah, never like that. We are in the middle of a great work. Right? All of us. Every one of you is involved in this, right? We cannot stop in the middle of a great work. So let's get this done. Let's make you vote. Make sure you vote. Make sure your friends vote. Make sure our voices are heard. Nothing is given to us, right? Nothing comes without hard work. The next 45 hours and 40 minutes is going to be the defining moments in many of our lives. We are all here tonight with Dave Matthews at a moment in history, right? This is going to be something that 50 years from now, you're going to have the chance to many of you, maybe some of us won't still be talking 50 years from now. Medical terminology, yeah, he said, we'll feed you. Medical terminology or technology, who knows? But 50 years from now, many of you will have a chance to talk to your grandchildren and say, I was there. And I worked. I made this happen, right? I was part of this.